Hi everyone, I'm going to show you a topic titled The Phantom of Water. Is water a finite or infinite resource? Water is a vital element for maintaining life on Earth. So it's important to know a few things about it. The whole point of the presentation is to respond the question, is it worth to save or not water? There are some points of view. Some people say it is infinite. Okay, they might say use it, spend it, waste it, whatever. Others say it is finite. They might say, no, stop, don't waste water, use it carefully. I'd say it depends. You didn't know? Human beings are like sponges or bottles of water. In fact, they keep water inside their bodies until death. So, the more humans there are, the greater the volume of water that will be kept inside their bodies. Talking about consumption, a human being keeps inside his body 40 liters of water for all his life. If we multiply that value for the total population, that would be 280 billion liters of water that will be kept inside their bodies for all their life. If we make a comparison, as population growth, water decreases. Although 70 or 75% of the surface of the earth is covered by water, only 1% is available. Only 1% is fresh water. That means if humans keep more water inside their bodies, there will be less water on the earth. Let's make a forecast. By 2050, there will be 9.7 million people, with a concentration in countries like India, Middle East, Indonesia, Nigeria, and of course the United States of America. We are like this. If we compare our consumption of water with the total amount of water on the earth, it's very little. We don't consume even the billionth part. In fact, there are 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of water on the whole earth. Um, you might be saying, okay, but that total is including salt water and fresh water. Yeah, but you have to think that the salt water also evaporates and goes into the clouds, and when it rains, it becomes fresh water. So the problem, water is an infinite resource. Yeah, maybe yeah. And the problem is not in humans drinking too much water. Maybe it is in everyday activities. Maybe we use too much water doing the laundry, brushing the teeth, and many other activities. And have you asked yourself how much water do we use? There's a link where you can figure it out. In fact, on average, a family uses 132,000 gallons of water a year, and if we multiply that value for the total families of the world, that would result in a big, big number. That's why the United States of America, with the EPA, created a program named Water SEMS, which basically helps to identify water efficient products and, in that manner, save water. But you know what? Earth loves you. Earth provides 44,000 cubic kilometers of fresh water to land each year. On average, each person receives 1,600 cubic meters of fresh water a year. That's a reasonable amount of water. Let's analyze it on this way. That's you. You use an average 100 gallons of water per day. That means on the year you will have used 3.6 thousands of gallons of water. If we compare that value with the amount of water provided by Earth, it's very small. Earth provides as I said before, Earth provides 1,600 cubic meters of water a year per person, and 1 cubic meter is equal to 264 gallons. That means 1.8 million gallons of water is provided to each person a year by Earth. That's a much more greater value than the amount of water that we use. So is water an infinite resource? It's more likely to be infinite. Water is a renewable resource, in fact. Um, so, what is the real problem? Some people have access to it, plenty of it, and in contrast, some people don't. The people who don't have access to it are the ones who live in places where water doesn't come naturally or it rains unevenly. Getting water for those people is really expensive. Also, it is not easy or practical or even possible. This is the scenario of cities located far away from rivers, for example. Those cities really need to save water. I recommend to do that. And for me, the real problem is the exaggerated growth of population, because many more cities have to be built, and much more money has to be spent or invested in supplying much more water to that population. In conclusion, water is an infinite resource for me. Not for all people, especially for those who live far away from a natural source of water. And my recommendation for them is to save water because the cost for getting water for those people is really high. So be a water hero, save water. Remember that this planet is for everyone. So keep it safe. That's all. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.